All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High and His only begotten Son. Call Layim La Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who root and teach well. Wa Barakathum unto the hopeful elect. All right, now today through the Spirit, I want to go into a video entitled Babylon will lose World War III. You see, the daughter of Babylon, which is America, will lose World War III. And this article right here, it goes to an article that said, what would it look like if America lost World War III? You see, and when you click on it, you know what I'm saying, basically clicked on it, it's giving some information on it right now. Let me see if this is the right one that I looked at. Yep. What would America look like if it lost World War III? And you see the darkness and everything. All right. That war is here. That woe is here. Even though there's a little ceasefire to having enough damage has been done for the war to already happen. It's just a matter of when the Lord is going to allow it to fully kick off, which we know whenever they bring out that micro C-hip, the Revelation 13 and 16, the Charagma, then that's it. That thing just popped and just happened. You see? But here's an opinion. It says, if you think World War III is unimaginable, read this. Okay? So it's here. Let's read. Are we unable to imagine defeat? Though you might have thought that, having so recently lost a small war, Americans will have no difficulty picturing consequences of losing a large one. You see? Now it goes on. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. And here's a jumping down. It says, and how will we react if, say, later this year, we are informed that Iran has successfully built a nuclear weapon and has unleashed its proxy in Lebanon, Hezbollah, to rain missiles down in Israel? Will we threaten to use our own nuclear weapons against Iran to save Israel from destruction, as we threatened the Soviet Union in 1973, when it is considered intervening in the Arab side of the Yom Kippur War? Or will Washington issue out another one of its warnings to Israel to not escalate? You see? So this is now it's going into Taiwan. Right? Now, I'm not going to go too much to this article. You guys should look it up. Bloomberg. And this was earlier this month. You see? But it's right. Exactly. It's right here. What would America look like if it lost World War III? You know, when it goes into certain things. But thing is, I wanted to go into a video, America will lose World War III. I'm going to go into a couple of precepts and prophecies to prove that Babylon the Great, being America, is not going to win this war. Regardless of how many garrisons or, you know, military bases it has set up in all these other nations, regardless of how strong its military is, its offense. You see, because America's missile defense is not good, but their offense is outstanding, amazing. So good to where it can defeat multiple of these countries at the same time. But we understand that the way prophecy is going to work, the Lord's going to have it set up where America's going to lose. You see? Regardless of how strong and great this military is, the Lord has it set up where America, Babylon the Great, daughter of Babylon, in the scriptures, is going to lose this war. All right, now, without further ado, let's get into some precepts. And I want to start, as a matter of fact, I want to start right here, because this proves the Lord is capable of doing that. Let's go to Romans chapter 9, and I'm going to start at verse 17. And it reads, for the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout the earth. That's why the Lord set up Pharaoh, which is he was the ruler of the ancient Egyptian empire. Now America is known as spiritual Egypt when you go into Revelation chapter 11. And this spiritual Egypt is going to be destroyed, man. This spiritual Egypt is prophesied for these nations to come against it with nuclear capabilities. It's a shit ton of nuclear missiles and make this thing into a lake of fire. But ultimately, the way it looks by the sight of everything, America's so powerful that it doesn't look like that's ever going to happen. But according to prophecy, we know it is. All right. And one of the main things that's going to happen within that is when that Quran gets brought out, you know, that's going to really dictate as any time when that war is fully kicks off. But what's going to happen is the Lord's going to beam up his elect, the elect of the nation of Israel, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians. And you have Israelite foreigners of the elect scattered amongst these different nations. They're going to get beamed up into a chariot. The main deliverance is going to be in America, Babylon the Great. You see? You know, the Lord's going to gather all his people, of course, his elect. But it's going to start Babylon the Great, the main deliverance. You see, but when that within that deliverance happening, what's going to happen? America, Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed. This is Revelation chapter 11, and we're going to start at verse 12. And it says, "And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them." This is talking about the elect of the nation of Israel, those who the spirit of life entered into, who received the word, those dead bones that lived. You see, that received the breath, the understanding. Right? This is verse 13. And it says the enemies beheld them because everybody's going to see it. But this is the point, verse 13. "And in that same hour there was a great earthquake, and a tenth part of the city fell." Now America is a place full of citizens. Right? That great city that's full of citizens is talking about America, Babylon the Great. You see, in the 10th part of the 10 FEMA regions, it says, "In the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. Right? So this is going to be a completion number. 7 is a completion number. So all these people that's not, that's inside America, but besides the rich, the top banking families, they're going to be burnt up by that lake of fire. Those who aren't inside bunkers or outside of the America, Babylon the Great, outside of the country, they're going to be destroyed. You see? And that's how the prophecy is going to play out. But this is the point, though. Let's continue on. "And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to Yahweh Bashim Rashad, the power of heaven." So we're going to give the Lord willing we make it. Lord willing I be a part of the elect, and also the brothers listening, the sincere, the true believers, the true servants of the Lord. Hey, Lord willing make it, we're going to be affrighted looking down from that chariot. You see? But what's going to cause that earthquake? What's going to cause this to happen? It's going to be that Ww3. And this is going to be rained down on Babylon the Great, America. Verse 14, "The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly." This is when that's going to take place. You see? And then also within this, whenever the elect get delivered, that's when the Messiah is going to be here. Yahweh Shai is going to be, he's going to come in the midst of Ww3. That's where that come up hither is going to happen when Yahweh Shai returns. You see? But that's the point in that. All these regions of America, Babylon the Great, are going to be destroyed. Let's go here. This is Revelation chapter 18 in verse 2, and I'm going to read down. "And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen." Now this great city, this great Babylon is talking about America. The daughter of Babylon. That's America. You see? The influence that the scriptures speak of, that great city that was able to influence all the nations, this is talking about America, Babylon the Great, that we're in right now. It says, "Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean, hateful bird." And that's what America's going to be. It's going to be a complete desert. It's going to be empty and it's not going to be inhabited by people. And then the scriptures also speak on how the animals are going to have a feast. Those animals that feed on flesh and stuff, they're going to have a feast with all the dead bodies that are in America, Babylon the Great. Verse 3. "For all the nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication." So what's Babylon's fornication? It's the ideologies, democracy, and all the wickedness that it pushes. The doctrine that comes from America, Babylon the Great. You know, women being independent, feminine men, and all that stuff. All that is that fornication, and these nations have gotten drunken by that. You see, the democracy. You see, all of that, man. It says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundancy of her delicacies. And America is, as brothers always go into, a number one consumer nation. You see, but this chapter is going to the judgment of this place. This nation that had the great influence over all these other nations. The nation that had this, that was so evil and wicked. Right? Let's continue on. Verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. The elect are going to get delivered within that World War III, that destruction. Verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh Bashem Shai hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she hath rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. So the Lord is going to judge America way harsher. You see, the Lord's going to overkill this place ultimately. That's what it's saying right there. He's going to overjudge this motherfucker during World War III. And guess what else is going to happen? When those chariots are turned back, because that's how this is going to get brought to pass. Revelation 18:4, that come up hither is talking about the elect getting beat up into them chariots. Because the Lord's going to he's going to return back, and his chariots are going to be emitting rays of light. And then it's also going to be the missiles that get flown over here from these other nations. That's how this place is going to be a lake of fire. So America, this is talking about America losing. You know, that's going to be turned into a lake of fire. This is verse 7. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. That she's not going to be attacked. America feel like it won't go down. Right? But it is. Because let's read verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai, who judgeth her. Right? And she's going to be utterly burned with fire by way of what? The ICBM nuclear missiles, which these nations have the capabilities of having those missiles. Russia is going to be the main nation. Yeah, you can look up. Russia has the Satan II missile that's so fast that America's defense system won't even have time to even react to that shit, man. And that she can fly 11,000 miles. You see? So the Lord has given has a lot of these nations that have that capability, because he's going to allow them to use it in World War III. You see? We're getting ready to see this happening, and America's going to lose. We're reading about it. Verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. You see? The Lord's going to bring that mass judgment on this place. The chariot's going to be beaming this mug with rays, and then it's going to be those nukes coming from these other nations. Verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, for that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is that judgment coming. The Lord's going to make this place get destroyed quick. But you see, according to prophecy, America's not going to win World War III. Let's get another one. This is Revelation 17, and we're going to get verse 10. All right, let's see, let's go. We're going to get verse 10 to, where is it? I just had it. All right, we're just going to read verse 10 and read down. Let's see. Matter of fact, let me jump to the point. Okay, I'm just going to get to the point on this one. This is Revelation 17 and verse 16. So like, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, because the beast is known to have 7 heads and 10 horns, right? Which in ancient times, that was how the Roman Empire worked. It had those vassal states, you see, And then, but really, the NATO, the heads goes into those governments that Esau ruled during different eras and time periods. And then the horns goes into those nations that was in power with them, like the vassal states. But now it's known as the NATO, which the NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and the European Union, right? Those nations that, that are in league with America, Babylon the Great. Though that goes into them horns, which is more than 10. You see? And now we have the beast has that that 8th head, which is likened to America. You see? And America is like the head of the beast. Like it's like the main America's like the leader of NATO. You see, they follow what Babylon does. You see? Let's continue on, though. This is Revelation 17 and verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. So, America's part of NATO. And NATO, those European nations, they're going to turn against America and shoot missiles at her. Verse 17, it says, For Yahweh Bashem Shai hath put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh Bashem Shai should be fulfilled. So they're going to be in allegiance, in league with America until the Lord has set up where World War III happens. Which a lot of them are already in the spirit of not wanting to be in allegiance with America. You see? So we're going to see Babylon the Great lose World War III. This is Isaiah 13 and verse 19. Matter of fact, let's see. I'm just going to go straight to the point. We'll just get the point in the last couple. This is Isaiah 13 and verse 19. It says, In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency. So you have a so-called wise man, this new technology Esau has, his NWO, all his military might and all this stuff. He's looked at as like a nation that's super great that everybody wants to be like. Well, that's what the scriptures say. Isaiah 13 and 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of Chaldeans' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh Bashem Shai overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what it's going to be like when America, Babylon the Great, gets destroyed. It's going to be just like, because what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? Fire and brimstone got rained upon it. The Lord's going to have these missiles be the new modern fire and brimstone on America, Babylon the Great. You see? So we're getting ready to see that go to pass. The ancient Babylonian Empire it wasn't even really a war that it just got, their nation just got taken from them. It wasn't no big war. It wasn't no fire and brimstone. It wasn't none of that. No fire. Babylon still stands to this day. See, over there in Iraq. So that's talking about a daughter of Babylon in this chapter. Verse 20, it says, It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. So there's not going to be nobody over there. You see? This place is going to be a complete destruction. All right? Utterly wasted. And this is going to happen when World War III happens. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. He's talking about Russia. Right? And then also you have those nations that are gathered with Russia, Iran, and these other nations. But it's mainly speaking about Russia. And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert. None shall return in vain. So that's Satan missile. Satan too ain't just sitting there. just to look cute. That's actually going to be used. And then these other nations have different nuclear capabilities too. It says, and Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh Bashem Shai. You see, so Babylon is gonna be judged, and it's gonna lose this war. We just gotta wait on it, man. We hope to be one of those that come up hither and be delivered. Because if we're not delivered, we'll be destroyed with this place on fire. This is Jeremiah 49. I'm reading verse 17 and 18. Also, Edom shall be a desolation, because guess what? Babylon is ruled by Edomites. Really, the whole world is governed by Edomites. But the main nation that Esau controls these other nations with is with America. That's where everybody gets their influence from, right? But America's like the main headquarter of. Then ultimately, a lot of these nations, they're benefiting and they're living good because of America. If America goes down, they go down. You see, this says Jeremiah 49:17. Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. They see this place how jacked up America. The Lord's going to jack up America. It says, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith Yahweh Bashem Shai, no man shall dwell there, neither shall the Son of Man dwell in it. The Lord's going to have this place not even be inhabited no more. He's going to jack America up. And guess when this is going to happen? Like I said, when that World War III happens, America's going to lose. Babylon the Great is going to lose. You see? Esau is going to lose. All right. But anyways, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'd like to end it off by saying, call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, double honors to the apostles, others, great millstone, Ruj as well. Call Nasrallah, Shalom.